Christy. Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and we're in the closing days of 2018 as I record this one. So I've got a few beers that I wanted to drink over Christmas which I never got round to. So yeah, I'm off tomorrow. Was working till midnight today, so I'm going to have a few beers and just unwind. Might do myself some chicken wings as well. But yeah, and I'm going to dress more like this in 2019. I'm going to fully embrace my utter twattish side, because it just makes you a little bit more interesting. But at the same time, if you do stuff like this, I think it just shows you how boring you are as a person. But yeah, I like dressing like a dick. I'm sorry. I just find it very amusing, especially wearing this absolutely awful beanie. Gotta fix my hair, of course, for the ladies who don't watch the channel. But yeah, so we've got a Doppelbock, and it's a Doppelbock that I've not only not reviewed before, Good England, but also never actually seen. And you know, I spent 4 years living in Germany, and never ever found anywhere that stocked this. In fact, some of the Doppelbocks that weren't local were actually quite hard to find. But got a hookup from my good friend Rob from Hopzine, who informed me that Little Leeds Beerhouse had a surplus of really interesting German beers that you don't usually see too much here in the UK. And as chance would have it, that week I was up in Leeds to go see a gig, and the day after the gig, feeling a little bit worse for wear, met up with Rob, and we went to a few places and I picked up a few beers. So today we're going to be having a look at the not too sure how this is pronounced, I do apologise, Quirinus, I'm not too sure, I do apologise. Quirinus, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's a dunkle Doppelbock from excuse me, Herzoglich Bayerisches Brauhaus Tegernsee. So of course, the brewery famed for one of the most highly regarded Helles style beers, and do a really gorgeous pilsner. I picked up a couple of beers from the brewery that I've not had before, one including the Leicht lager, which is like half the percentage of the standard Helles. And yeah, so I was very happy to pick those up, because like I said, never saw them while I was in Germany, funny enough. So of course got my Bavarian neckerchief on, although it just looks ridiculous. Although there's something a bit Village Boys. Village Boys? Were they called Village Boys? That sounds odd to say that. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. There's something a bit camp about this outfit, but hey ho, that's just the way I roll. I'm sexually ambiguous. No, I'm not. Anyway, don't get me started on all that bullshit. Anyway, so this is a Dunkle Doppelbock, clocking in at 7% ABV in a 500ml bottle. Cool traditional artwork, and yeah, I'm always excited to try Doppelbock. Thirsty Tegernsee Crown. So without any further ado, let's get this opened and see what we get. The closest thing to a traditional German glass is my Union Oktoberfest glass, so it will have to do. I need to get some proper glassware for my German beers, because I don't even have a wheat beer glass now. But anyway, as some of you know, the Doppelbock is probably my favourite all-time style, or sub-style within a style. But yeah, look at that. Fantastic stuff. Lovely sort of oaky, mahogany sort of look. It's very malty. I know that's a cop-out thing to say, but it's just looking absolutely wonderful. Crystal clear. You can see through that. Lovely golden hues bleeding in as well. But yeah, it's got a sort of like liquid toffee look to it. Just looks chewy, even though it's, you know, relatively light bodied. But yeah, beer poured with just shy of a half finger's worth of a very pale beige looking head, but it's certainly looking the part and looks lovely in this glass. So let's see what we get on the nose. It's just such a satisfying beer style to smell. Loads of sticky, dense, sweet toffee. Loads of steeped fruits, Christmas pudding, like rum-soaked raisins, a little bit of a brandy currant aroma. Chewy muskiness as well. There's almost a very subtle hint of a peated smoke character, even though I know it's not a Rauchbock. But it's smelling absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. I could just smell this style of beer all the time. And what a job that would be. A professional beer smeller. Anyway, so without any further ado, smells good, looks good, let's give it a taste. Prost. You get more of like a dark, dense, concentrated berry character as opposed to an overbearing sweetness. But you get a bit of like muscovado sugar, demerara sugar, that sort of thing. Lovely upper end of medium mouthfeel, although it gets a little bit oily and you get a little bit of a sticky slickness. That's a bit of a double negative, isn't it? Oxymoron, I should say. From a moron. Very subtle spicy tones in there as well. You almost get like this slight hint of a rye character. But yeah, chewy toffee, Christmas pudding, even though I don't like Christmas pudding itself, but those sorts of flavours, it just works, do you know what I mean? You getting a big sweetened cooking sherry flavour in this as well. No harshness from that ABV, it's masked beautifully. There's not even a hint of a warmth going down. I always think of the Salvatore because you feel the alcohol in that, but in a good, satisfying way, so it makes you want to take your time with that beer. It's a little bit more simple, a little bit more refined. It's not the boldest Doppelbock that I've ever had. It's actually really one of the more just easily drinkable ones. I mean, it's going to take a hell of a lot to get up to the lengths of like Assambock and the Maximator from Augustina, Celebrator, you know, those heavy hitters that we all know and love. But this is absolutely sensational. When a Doppelbock tastes good to me, it's instantly a 10 out of 10 because I find these to be some of the most enjoyable beers that you could ever have. And I'd love to go to the Strong Beer Fest that they have, but I know I would get absolutely annihilated. And I can't imagine you'd have the most pleasant of hangovers from a night of Doppelbocks. Do you know what I mean? I say this all the time. Why didn't I get 2 bottles of this? The last Doppelbock I had was from a good friend Tony at Big H3, or Tony Howard on YouTube, where we drank it with himself and Dean, you know, my partner in crime when it comes to live beer reviews. And we were having that, and that was a great attempt at a Doppelbock. In fact, it had such an authenticity about it. And then, of course, I had the Celebrator at the same time. And it's just, I've yet to come across, especially a German brewed Doppelbock, that just does not hit the nail on the head for me. Some have not been as exciting as some of the others, and then you get sort of like Roggenbock, and then the Weizenbock and that sort of thing, and Hellersbock and Maibock, and you know, Frühlingsbock, and although they're pretty much the same, and Hellersbock and that sort of stuff. But a nice dark dense Doppelbock for me is just 365 days of the year goes down a treat, but at this time of the year it's just got a real sense of occasion about it. And I drink these beers, and Paul from PA Brew News gives me shit because of this, but it just takes me back to living in Bavaria, surrounded by gorgeous landscapes and fields, forests, and then you've got absolutely gorgeous cities and villages, and Germany is such a gorgeous country. It really, really is. If you've never been to Germany and you live in the UK, you could get some absolutely insane deals for like weekend breaks for like less than 200 quid, and that includes flights, accommodation. You can get by relatively cheaply. You don't have to go to fancy restaurants. You can go to your nearest Brauhaus. Do you know what I mean? Get some nice traditional Bavarian food. Have some house brewed beer to go along with it. Then you've got the supermarkets, which have got such a wonderful range of the more well-established beers as well as local breweries. Then you've got this burgeoning craft beer scene. And then you've got just it's just a wonderful place to visit. And I was so lucky to live there for 4 years. I would do anything to be back in Germany. And these beers take me back there. So, yeah, moral of the story is go to Germany. Because you'll have an absolutely wonderful time. Beautiful people. And, yeah, beautiful language as well. And it's just such a shame that since being back in the UK, my already low, small knowledge of German it was passable at best on a good day. But yeah, I'd absolutely kill to be back in Germany. And these beers don't help, although they are absolutely divine. And I've said this pretty much every time I've done a German beer review. Germany, to me, has the best brewing heritage. It's got the best drinking culture. Braukunst und Bierkultur. You know what I mean? It's just... You can get really outstanding traditional beers, and you can get some really exciting craft beers there as well. And you've always got a good dish to complement the beer. Do you know what I mean? It's just wonderful. It really, really is. There's nought wrong with this. So yeah, it's instantly a 10 out of 10. I don't even think I'd call myself a purist on the style. It's just the flavour profiles of these beers just appeal to me on such a... It's almost like an emotional level, do you know what I mean? I'm pouring my heart out to you, YouTube, when I drink these beers. But yeah, I'd love to say I could sit back, relax and ponder while drinking this, but it's just going down an absolute treat. And it's another Doppelbock I can tick off the list from an absolutely fantastic brewery. So if you come across it, then pick it up because it's fantastic. Have yourself a night of Doppelbocks. You will not regret it. And yeah, check out the brewery. I've got a few beers reviewed from Tegernsee, so I'll put that playlist down below. Check out Little Leeds Beerhouse as well. Is it Beerhouse? I can't remember what the shop's called. How terrible. In the Corn Exchange. Gorgeous building. So yeah, put their links down below. If any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, their links will be included. And of course, if you have tried this beer, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And what's some of your favourite Doppelbocks? So yeah, thank you for watching. 10 out of 10. World class. Just ticks all the right boxes for me. Touches me in places I've not been touched in over a year. And that's too much information to end the video on. So I'll bid you a fond farewell. Und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Ich liebe dich. Or ich liebe euch. Is that correct? I can't remember. It's such a shame that my German has gone to shit. But yeah. See you guys later.